That coming up on 6:45 this morning, Chuck's Big Adventure is taking us to one of Kentucky's hidden gems.
And as we've been teasing ahead to this, Chuck, it looks like there are endless ways to explore this just natural beauty out
Oh
here.
my gosh, we had such a great time, Jalea. And folks, the Red River Gorge has hiking and camping, rock climbing, and even spa experiences. But we wanted to see what life was like under it all. Check this out. Beneath the mountains of Kentucky's Red River Gorge.
This mine first opened in the 1860s. Now, it looked a lot different than what it does today.
Sits a mine long ago abandoned.
The first map we found of this place had the mine as a 10 by 10 tunnel. In 1985, they ended up going bankrupt and had to leave.
Today, the 15 acres of mine space offers a cool experience.
Let's go. We are in the Gorge Underground here in Rogers, Kentucky, and we're about to go on a kayaking tour. And you can actually look over here to our right, and you can actually see some of that old equipment that was left behind.
Crystal kayaks with LED lights illuminate the rocky passages.
I'm sure you guys are probably familiar with the Loch Ness Monster ride. Well, we actually have our very own here in the Gorge Underground. We like to call it our 13th cousin. Right here, we should start to notice some rainbow trout.
Oh, here comes one.
Yeah, there's a pretty big one right
Whoa,
there.
he's a big one. This is one of the treats, seeing these very good sized fish here.
Yeah, so that's definitely one of the coolest parts of our tour.
So here we are, Jacob. This is as deep as it gets here, right?
We're about 35 feet above this water right now. You can tell that ceiling's getting a lot closer to us. We can almost reach up there and touch it. So this is actually the geological center of the mine. We're actually about 250 feet underground right here in this area. Yes.
Wow.
So this is actually right underneath the peak of the mountain that's above us.
From deep under the gorge to sleeping among the trees.
I think it's a little bit of a adventure for any adult, much less a kid, just because you're staying in a place that you would never have seen anything like it before.
Franny, your company saying is cribs in the twigs, right? And that's exactly what it is.
I think it's an adorable saying. And yeah, they're these awesome structures that tucked away in parts of the forest that you would never think to stay overnight.
These stunning cabins, the creation of the Canopy Crew at Red River Gorges.
I like the creativity side of it. Coming to a spot that's just a blank face of rock and saying we could have a deck here, we could have the building here. That to me is a really fun.
The idea is to unplug, to connect with nature and each other.
For some of the cabins, getting there is half the adventure.
My recommendation for any guests that would want to come and stay is spend a couple months on the Treadmaster.
We definitely let folks know to pack everything in a backpack because it's so much easier to carry up.
And you do have electricity.
Yes, they have electricity. They have heating and cooling.
Oh,
there
man.
There are showers and bathrooms.
Wow.
You know, you're staying in a nice hotel, but it's way cooler.
Oh,
Bolted into the cliffs.
Yeah, that's
and
cool.
we've got cables holding those things together.
Yeah.
I have never in my life seen anything like that.
I would do that 100%. The only thing that would get me is when they said pack light. I have a problem doing that. But if I know I have to carry it with me, I
And
would.
basically you put everything in a backpack and you
Okay.
go over suspension bridges, you climb steps that are like that, and I did it.
Okay.
The Cliff Dweller cabin, by the way, ladies, in the piece, the only way to get there is up that floating staircase,
Yeah.
and believe me, it was quite the hike. They do have cabins that are more on ground level, so
Okay.
anyone can have the experience. But you can read more about this because I write more about it in my blog at WTHR.com.
/
Chuck's Big Adventure, and boy, we've just started with this week. We've got some great pieces for you, from burgoo and barbecue to the Bluegrass Music Hall of Fame and Bill Monroe. It's just some wonderful pieces that are coming up on our trip to Kentucky.
Oh, looking forward to it.